Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make a botanical sun catcher. So for this maker activity, you will need an embroidery hoop, some dried flowers and leaves, some contact paper, and if you want to paint your embroidery hoop, you'll need some paint and a brush and some water. So I'm using red acrylic paint for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that my contact paper is going to be flat. So I'm just going to make sure to flatten it by rolling it the other way. Or you can put something heavy on it and leave it be for some time, and that should work. I'm going to start off by painting my embroidery hoop, and so I'm going to just unscrew it. And then I'm going to start painting, and then I'll leave it to dry on some newspaper. Just have to be really careful around the metal parts, but after you paint this, you can, and the hoop dries, you can go back with a wet sponge or a damp sponge or a damp towel and just take the paint off. So at this point, my embroidery hoops have dried, and I'm just going to take the paint off the metal parts. Using a damp cloth. On to the next step. So next I am going to arrange my plants, my flowers and leaves. So I'm just going to take the flowers and leaves that I have, and I'm going to arrange them the way I would like them to look in the sun catcher. You'd be really gentle with these because they're quite delicate. And just make sure that your design would fit inside the embroidery hoop. So mine will. And now I'm going to actually just transfer my design onto one sheet of contact paper. So again, make sure that the contact paper is flat. It's not going to curl up. Mine's pretty good. And then I'm going to remove the backing. I'm going to set the paper right next to my design. And then I'm going to transfer the flowers and leaves over, just gently. Oops. It's quite sticky, just be careful. And I'm actually pretty close to the edge of my paper here, so I'm going to put this last flower elsewhere. So I'm going to put it here. Okay. So that should work. Next, I'm going to put the second sheet of contact paper on top of my design. Just removed that backing. Just very carefully. Lay it on top, sort of burnish it. There you go. I do have some air bubbles in there, and I'll see if I can get rid of some of them. So I think I'm happy with this design. I'm not happy with the air bubbles, and I'm going to see if I can get rid of that one last air bubble that's bothering me by separating the contact paper and trying to get that bubble out. Okay. Okay, great. I'm happy with that. For this next part, I'm going to put my design into the embroidery hoop. So you take the smaller circle, put it on top of the design, and then put the two things inside the larger hoop, like so. And then you screw on the top. Make sure the contact paper is nice and taut. And now just going to take a pair of scissors, sharp scissors, and cut off the excess contact paper. And now my botanical sun catcher is ready, and I just have to add some cord here and hang it up. So I hope you enjoyed this craft.